So I just got out of the theaters of watching A Working Man starring Jason Statham and directed by David Ayer. I knew nothing about it other than the fact that it was an action movie that featured Jason Statham. However, I was able to quickly deduce that this was a Taken clone with a pinch of John Wick flair thrown in. Now, just because it was unoriginal doesn't mean it wasn't enjoyable. It very much was. Seeing Jason Statham kick Russian mafia ass for 2 hours made for a very entertaining movie theater experience. However, while I'd argue that the action scenes in this movie were better than the ones in Taken, the plot wasn't as gripping. While Ariana Rivas gave a pretty solid performance, the fact that she wasn't visibly afraid throughout the entire film was a bit immersion breaking, as this would be a very traumatic experience and she didn't really react accordingly. I also thought that a lot of the actors that were cast to play the Russian mobsters gave a pretty wooden performance. I'm not saying I expected Oscar-worthy performances out of these actors, but I think they could have done a bit better with their casting choices of antagonists. David Harbour was also in this movie. That's all I really have to say about him. He wasn't particularly noteworthy in this movie. He was in 3 scenes total, I believe, and he was more of a plot device than a character. They didn't make him into a total buffoon this time, so that was a nice change of pace. The poor guy usually gets shit on in every movie he's in. While the characters weren't exactly the strong suit of this film, as most of the characters were pretty one note, that was never really the selling point of this movie. People came to see Jason Statham kick ass as he was a one-man killing machine, very reminiscent of 90s action heroes such as John Matrix or John Rambo, or even current ones such as John Wick. If you're looking for a fun action movie to watch while you chow down a bucket of popcorn, I would highly recommend checking out A Working Man. I would even go as far as to say it was the best movie of the year so far, but there hasn't exactly been a lot of high competition. Hope you enjoyed this collection of initial thoughts from seeing this film. I plan on potentially doing more of these in the future, as this will allow me to cover films I wouldn't normally give a full-length review to, but was still interested in talking about. That's all I got to say for now. This is Iron Mandrill, signing off. Have yourselves an amazing day. Ciao.